West, you got Gonzaga. In the East, you got Villanova, who's the number 1 seed, by the way. And in the Midwest, you got Kansas. All right. And what about the Duke Blue Devils? I mean, golly. The Duke Blue Devils, man, rallied for the 3rd time in as many days to beat Notre Dame 75-69 as the Blue Devils win the ACC tournament this past weekend, man. Jason Tatum looked fantastic. He made some money this weekend. We're going to get into all of this stuff today on the show. But Vegas likes the Duke Blue Devils, even though they're not a number 1 seed. Even though Duke's not a number 1 seed and they're in the East Division. Even though Duke's not a number 1 seed, Vegas got them as the favorite to win it all. Yeah, so we're going to break down, and talk about the tournament as much as anybody today on the show. We'll give you some kind of like intriguing little things about it. We'll talk about some of the matchups, some of the backstories about the tournament this year, man. But the Duke Blue Devils struggled mightily throughout the year, and we'll get into all of that, man, today on the show. Struggled mightily throughout the year for a lot of different reasons, man. Injuries, coaches, issues with Coach K, just some bad luck. But Duke, man, starting to really put it together over the last couple of weeks, especially during this tournament. 4 games in 4 days. And once again, Vegas likes the Duke Blue Devils to do it, to win it all. Yeah. So we'll get into all of that today on the show. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Duke won his first ACC tournament championship since 2011, and it's 20th overall. Once again, I talked about Jason Tatum, who made him some money. He's probably going to be a one and done. He's done. Why not? The freshman forward finished with a spectacular week in Brooklyn with 19 points, 8 rebounds for the 5th-seeded Blue Devils, who won his first ACC championship once again since 2011. The Blue Devils came from double digits down in the second half to beat both number 10 Louisville, number 6 North Carolina, which I see we got a lot of North Carolina fans in the chat room already mad. Right, they beat number 10 Louisville and number 6 North Carolina to get into the finals at the Barclays Centers, man, and then came from 8 back with 11 minutes and 35 seconds left to defeat the Irish, man. Luke Kennard had 16 points for Duke and was selected tournament MVP. But, man, it was the Tatum kid that was the big story. He averaged 22 points and 7.5 rebounds in 4 games for the Duke Blue Devils. Ball award to him on a Monday. Hate to do that. Hate to do that. And if you're new to the show, I am one of those classic Duke Blue Devil haters. I don't care. Shit, I don't care. I don't care. I'm a Duke Blue Devil hater, man. And I can't believe North Carolina this past weekend. But Duke, listen, they did cross a lot of hurdles. They had a lot of obstacles, man, and looking like a team that can vie for a national championship. I'm going to keep it real. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. What we do on Mondays as well is we give out Ballas and Bustas, game balls and goats, some people call them. So you got to give Duke a ball award, I guess, to a degree. They had a lot of issues that happened to them all throughout this year. Grayson Allen's suspension for tripping an opponent. Coach K missed 7 games early in the conference season to have back surgery. The Blue Devils lost 3 of 4 to start in the ACC this year as well. They lost to North Carolina State at Cameron Indoor Stadium for the first time since 1995. You remember Coach K had that players-only meeting at his home with the players after they were struggling so much, man. So a lot of ups and downs. Grayson Allen hurt his ankle, and the Blue Devils finished the regular season losing 3 or 4 games. Even when you start the year up, you talk about the Harry Giles kid, which was the number 1 player in America, started out the season with injuries, which, by the way, he's probably going to come out too. Him and the Tatum kid, man, probably going to be top like 15 picks just because of upside. But so the Giles kid was hurt at the beginning of the year. So Duke just had a bunch of issues going on all year long. And look at the bracket now. Number 2 seed. Once again, Vegas has them the favorite to win it all this year. Damn, I hate Duke. Yeah. And they're number 2 seed, and I'll get into the numbers here in a second. But Vegas has them as the number 1 or the odds-on favorite to win it all this year. A couple other interesting little tidbits that we'll give out all day long and talking about the tournament. And listen, I'm gonna keep it real with you, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I always struggle with college basketball and talking about college basketball, and I'm going to be honest with you here, and I'm sure a lot of y'all could probably relate. I struggle with college basketball because I like college basketball, but it's not seemingly like it was, when I was growing up. There's a lot less luster to it. And the main reason, and I figured this out over the years, the main reason why it's hard for me to get into the depth of college basketball and watch it throughout the regular season all year long is because it coincides with the NBA. So a lot of times, man, throughout the week, when there's college basketball on, there's NBA. And if I got my choice between an NBA game and a college game, especially if Georgia Tech's not playing it, like if North Carolina, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong on this, if y'all agree with me or not, if you're the same way. If North Carolina and Duke are playing, I'll watch. I'll pretty much watch that over any NBA game. So if North Carolina Duke is playing, or if Georgia Tech, maybe it's a regional thing for you. Like for me, if Georgia Tech is playing a good team, not if Georgia Tech's playing a bad team. If Georgia Tech's playing a good team, or Duke or North Carolina's playing, or maybe one of the top 1 or 2 teams in college basketball playing, maybe I might watch it. And chances are that if there's a good NBA game on with Russell Westbrook or James Harden or LeBron James or whatever, I'm probably still going to watch the NBA. So it's tough. And if anybody tells you they watch a ton of college basketball, then that just means they're not an NBA fan. So my sports are football, the NFL. When I say football, I mean college and pro. I probably like college football a little bit more than I like the NFL. So college football, the NFL, boxing, and then there's boxing is far and few between because of how, irregular it happens. So boxing's probably my 3rd favorite sport. And then right after boxing is probably the NBA. There's no probably about it. The NBA is my 4th favorite sport. Yeah. So it's hard, man. But I'm a professional, and so what we'll do is we'll talk about the tournament. We'll talk about the teams that are ranked, at the top of the brackets. We'll talk about some of the backstories of the tournament in general. Who you should look for and some of the trends from the past couple of years. We'll get into a little bit of talk about some of the teams, but the main teams, man, are the 4 teams at the top of the bracket. Obviously, the Villanova Wildcats winning it all last year. Jay Wright, they are the total number 1 seed in the tournament once again. The Kansas Jayhawks with Coach Self, man, fantastic job this year. And Gonzaga, for a long part of the season, a long stretch of the season, were the number 1 team in the country. And the North Carolina Tar Heels with talent-wise, Tar Heels probably got the best talented team in the country, in my opinion. And you can make an argument maybe for Kentucky, but they're just young. Kentucky's always going to be young because of the way that Calipari does things there at Kentucky. But North Carolina, man, I see several teams that can win it all this year. Obviously, Kentucky can win it all. They can get on a hot streak because they got just a phenomenal talent. North Carolina, talent-wise, is probably the best team in the country. Villanova and Jay Wright, just, solid as hell year in and year out. They're the number 1 overall seed for a reason. And the Kansas Jayhawks, man, and there's several teams in the 2 or 3 spots, man, that can also give teams a lot of trouble as well, man. So what are your thoughts? The Doug Stewart Show Bracket Challenge is posted in the Doug Stewart Show on Facebook, the chat group. Yeah. So if you want to get down with the Doug Stewart Show Bracket Challenge, go to the Doug Stewart Show chat group on Facebook.com. Many of you are already members, but go in there, man, and set you up a bracket. It's actually pinned to the very top of the chat group. So go ahead and pick your bracket, man, and we'll have a lot of fun with that over the next couple of weeks while we talk about the NCAA Tournament, all right? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. NCAA tournament talk all day long. The Duke Blue Devils, man. No trade for Romo. We're going to get into that. A couple little side stories outside of the NCAA tournament, man. No trade for Romo. Call your boy Negro Damas. Yeah, we'll get into that, man, and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Call me Negro Damas again. Yeah, we'll talk about all of that today on the show, man. It's just easy, man. This is common sense. It's common sense that you wouldn't trade for a 36-year-old broke-down quarterback, in which I've been saying for months, even though they tried to say Friday that there were some teams at Denver and the Houston Texans would probably ask for a trade and try to trade for Romo. That doesn't make any sense. I still didn't believe it Friday when they were talking about that. But we have more information on that. And then also, man, $200 million to beat up on a cat that don't know anything about boxing? That seems like an easy decision to me, too, as well. We'll talk about it. Yeah. Yeah. Call your boy Negro Damas. Yeah. Call your boy Negro Damas. And you know what? I don't even want to take credit for being Negro Damas. This stuff is simple. Hey, you don't really need to be a freaking brain surgeon to understand a team not wanting to trade for a 38-year-old broke-down quarterback. It didn't make sense. They kept trying to tell us it was going to happen. We got more details on that. Hey, listen, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. When we get back from the break, more NCAA tournament talk. We'll take any of your phone calls. We'll start reading some of the chat. I think a lot of Stewies, man, forgot to change their clocks this morning. Yeah. Chat room looking kind of light this morning. It took y'all a minute or two to get into the chat room as well. Right. The clocks were supposed to go back last night. I think most people have, they look at a clock or they look at the time through electronics. So that doesn't, that's updated automatically. So it's all good, though. But I think a couple of Stewies slept an hour. What's it? Spring forward? Yeah, I think a couple of Stewies are still in bed right now. Yeah, you got to spring forward, right? So you're supposed to move your clock back or up an hour last night. Somebody late for work this morning. Hey, don't go away. Back in 3 minutes, the Doug Stewart Show.
What can I rock on this shit? What can I rock? What can I rock on this shit? What can I rock? What can I rock?
What can I rock?
This is J-Music Beats.
Yeah. What can I rock on this shit? What can I rock?
What can I rock?
What can I rock on this shit? What can I rock?
What can I rock?
What can I rock on this shit? What can I rock?
What can I rock?
Getting money like.
What can I rock?
What can I rock on this shit? What can I rock?
What can I rock?
What can I rock on this shit? What can I rock?
What can I rock?
What can I rock?
What can I rock? Yeah. Okay. You know I'm always rocking flywheel shit. You know I'm always rocking flywheel shit.
This is J-Music Beats.
Check. You know I'm always rocking flywheel shit. I wanna know